It has been a while since I've done a video. I started a whole new job at a whole different place, and honestly, it just has not left enough mental and emotional surplus at the end of the day to make videos. The other thing is that I purchased a 2001 Ford F250 Super Cab long bed 7.3 Power Stroke. I've had one of these before 20 some odd years ago. This truck's 23 years old, it's in great shape, but it needs a few things, and our plan is to actually pull the engine this month or in November. The oil pan has rust on it and it needs up pipes. So what we're actually gonna do is pull the whole motor, and we're gonna go through the entire thing, and it's gonna be expensive, but when I'm done, it's gonna be the most reliable vehicle I'll probably ever have. The Super Duty project has led me to this video. What is this video about? Well, I have to change my entire shop setup. So let's go over the issues that I've got in the shop now and the way it's set up. The first problem here, I have an asymmetrical lift, which is great because you don't have to, it's a lot easier to get in and out of the vehicle when you put it on the lift. You can have more of the vehicle, you can have like 60% in the back, and you know, you're 40% in the front instead of a 50-50 weight distribution. And that's good, especially for a long bed Super Duty like I have now. The problem is that the truck is so big, way bigger than anything else I have. So it comes way up here, you know, basically to like right here, the front of the truck, if not even further than this. So when I had workbenches on this wall, they stuck out 25 inches. So I had like a sliver of room to get my, you know, my girth around the stupid truck. And it was just a pain in the butt. And I had to do it a ton because if you remember, over here is where I had my toolbox before, my US General Series 3. I had to change all that around because I was going around the truck all the way over here, and then I was walking all the way over here and doing the work on the vehicle. And that was just a pain in the butt. So I moved my US General Series 3 here. This is what I wanted to do since I got these because this makes a lot more sense. So this is a way better layout than I had previously. This is closer to the front of the vehicle, or let's face it, that's where most of your work gets done on a vehicle, the front of the vehicle. It's also closer to this door. This leads to my enclosed carport, and that's where I keep my tractor. And it used to be a pain in the butt also to go from the front of the tractor, which is usually pointed toward the overhead door, all the way around it, all the way over here, and then back out this door. That was a pain in the butt. So the other thing is that the workbenches here, they stick out 25 plus inches, and opening and closing this door was a real pain in the butt. So now they used to smack the cabinet that was here as well. Now it doesn't do that. Everything is nice and safe. I can open the door more, and I can ingress and egress a lot easier. So this was a big undertaking. To fix this issue, I had to get rid of 2 of my 6-foot workbenches. And that killed me because I like workbenches. I like the space. Originally, my plan was to take these toolboxes and put them on this wall. And between these 2 windows, then this entire wall was gonna be workbenches and those cabinets, because I can easily fit another set of those. So I would have had 24 foot of workbench, which sounds so awesome. And I kind of wish I'd have stuck with that. 24 foot of workbench, all the cabinets on this side, and then these toolboxes, which are on wheels and could be moved, would be here, and I could tuck them over to that wall if I needed to. But it just didn't work out. I brought the truck in, I measured, I played around with it, and this is even less space because these are 24 inches deep. Plus when you open a drawer, you know, you got another, I don't know, almost 18, 19 inches, 20 inches of space. And so there was like no room in front of the truck. I could not physically be standing here and open the thing, and the truck was right there. So that wouldn't work at all. I sold one of my workbenches, which I really regret. These are Seville Classics. These are actually super rare. They discontinued this, and these have the 3rd leg here. The nice thing about that is when you put your rolling cabinet, when you take this and put it in here, this takes up the gap here and it looks a lot better. I also lost access to a few of these cabinets because they fit underneath. So I had 4 of them I had to do something with. 2 of them I kept and put in the carport next to the tractor. And I gave my wife 1. She didn't want an extra one, so I do have an extra one sitting here. I reconfigured everything, and then I needed space for the stuff that was in them. Enter this. This is a cheap Sam's Club version of the Seville Classics 36-inch cabinet. They make a much better one direct from Seville Classics that is not a two-piece design. It's one piece basically. Side panels are one, doors are one, other side panels one. They also make a version of this that is not 18 inches deep, but 24 inches deep, which would also be better. There's going to be a piece that goes on top of this that's still coming that brings it up to the top of that, and it makes it look like one cohesive piece. This guy can handle 3 of these guys with this door. It can handle quite a bit of stuff. That was a critical piece actually, just to get the benches sort of cleaned off. I still have to find a home for all this stuff. You know, I'm still working on the organization. The other thing I had to do is I had to rearrange this side of the shop. This is not insulated well. These didn't fit my new floor plan because these are 4 foot wide and that one's 3 foot. So that size is the only one that would fit. But they do fit in nicely here. So now I have another dilemma, and that is what to do with this wall space. I can't leave this empty. That's a huge waste of surface area. So I've got a few options. So the first thing I looked into to take care of all this space, I actually looked into this I was gonna throw everything away, or sell obviously, but I was gonna get rid of every single thing. And what I was gonna put up in its place was Omni wall. So I was gonna redo everything. So I was gonna do 8 foot all the way around and replace it all. Why didn't I do it? Their cost is insane. Just to do this whole thing with the panels only, so no cabinets, no shelving, nothing, was 9,000 bucks. Then I looked into wall control, and wall control just simply was not enough better than what I have already. Some things that were better. They did have a good shelving system. Their wall panels are not mounted as securely or as well as the Omni wall. Basically, we're just gonna keep going with what we got, and that is Seville Classics. With Seville Classics, you get excellent powder coating. This is a nice gray powder coating. You get stainless steel on the front. And I actually like this. It's sort of fingerprint resistant is how they like market it, but it doesn't take long and you start to see fingerprints on it. They roll really good, even if they get a bunch of stuff built up on the wheel, you know, like dust, concrete dust or whatever, they still roll around really well. The workbenches are excellent. They're nice and thick. They're almost 2 inches. They're 1.75 inches thick. The steel pegboard, this stuff is really good. It takes some doing to cut this. It's pretty thick actually. Put your screws right through it, just like the wall control style. They come in 2 foot by 2 foot sections, and they come in 2 per path. You can actually cover a pretty decent amount of space with them. It's not quite as quick to go up as the Omni wall, but they're also nowhere near as much. A two panel set, you're looking at like 35 bucks at Sam's Club, 50 bucks direct from Seville Classics. So the other nice thing is that they're color matched. They already match everything I've got. So Seville Classics is gonna be my solution again. I probably will put it here. I think it would look better if I kept it in between the windows. I think it's gonna be easier and more useful a little bit higher up. This wall here is a good example. So on this wall, if I had this lower to the bottom of these windowsills, this would be a total waste of space because I really just need it up higher, and anything on this lower portion as I'm moving around, going around the lift and stuff, it would just get knocked off. The only thing I don't like about this, and this is a common complaint with pegboard in general, when I pull one of these things off, like if I lift this off, a lot of times the hooks fall out. They do make wire thingies on here that you can put in here to hold the hook on. That would probably be a lot better bang for the buck to get some of those and solve that issue. I think I'm gonna get one of their 6 foot rolling cabinets here. It can also fit against that wall, and I'll probably put some cabinets back here, just maybe a different type. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to showing you the finished product here as I get everything sorted, and I can't wait to start working on the Super Duty, which is the whole reason that I had to change all this around. Stay tuned, thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys.